What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mods 8 Hardcore Minecraft video. My name is JawshyGG, and today we're going to continue on with our journeys of excitement and adventure. Yeah, I'm in a pretty rough mood. I took an assessment for school today, and I did not pass, so I have to reschedule that and get that in. So I think everything, like all the stress and whatnot, is finally catching up to me for everything, but that's not a problem. We will see what we can do here on Minecraft, see if we can take some of those stresses out and try not to cry. So we're good on coolant tank. We're good on the fission reactor. Let's take a look-sees here to see what more we can do. So as you guys remember, we're currently working towards getting the ATM star kind of set up. I'm trying my best to not let this kind of get too crazy because we still need one more item, and that one item is the antimatter pellet, and it's just going to take forever. I wanted to do to let that kind of run and try to get as close to 1,000 MB of that, but I mean it's just going to take forever. So I'm prepared, and I hope you guys are too. So let's take a look here at what opportunities we have awaiting for us. Now, obviously, the one big one that we do need is the storage component, either the storage component or storage part. We can do this one right here is probably the one we're going to do, because if we go back and look over here, you can see we craft this one. We're not missing too much stuff. Really what I got to do here, though, is make a bunch of these logic processors and calculation processors, which means I'm going to need a ridiculous amount of this Certus quartz crystals, ender dust, and which this right here doesn't make any sense to me why it's separated like that. I don't understand that, but it is what it is, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. So let's go take a look at our refined storage section over here, see if we have anything crafting. We do. We have this crafting. It's at 10%. I actually don't know how many alloys I have right now. I think I might have one. I do have one. Cool. Okay. So you can see the this bad boy is still working, still pushing these Certus crystals through, creating the calculation presses that we need. You can kind of see as well when we go back in here and do the 256M, click start, you can see we need 9,800. I think we have more than 9,800. Yeah, we have 1.3K right there. No, we don't have more than 9,800. What am I talking about? But if we go here, printed, you can see we have 2,100 of those, so we'll get about a third of the way there, maybe. We have 192 total of these printed logic circuits. So I guess one thing we could do here is go back to our little section here and start working on a automated crafting area. Probably over here somewhere. I want to try to keep it. I probably will end up moving the ATM star again to kind of be centralized. Maybe move it actually to my base itself and not have it there. I don't know yet. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should put it in my my base over here? This base right here. I think this would probably be a little bit better. And then I can probably put it like right here facing this center column, or I can put it right here facing the waystone. And then basically make a star outline on the ground so it shows where the star is. Or I can keep it over here and put it like more centralized right here, like kind of against this right here. But the reason I put it over there is because of if we do keep it right here and right there, I don't have to have all these water wheels and everything kind of all over the place. But regardless of that, let's start figuring out what we're going to do for an automated crafting farm for refined storage. And you guys, maybe it's kind of funny that we're using refined storage as automated crafting for, which actually there is an automated crafting capability here for AE2. Maybe we'll actually start working on that aspect, and instead of doing it here, we'll do it at our mining dimension base. We'll do it at base number 2 or 3 or whatever base number this is, because I feel like this would be a really good idea, really good this would open up this right here. And what I might end up doing, since we have plenty of these at this point, I might end up cutting this to pretty much stop making them. So let's go ahead and actually do that real quick. Let's just do this right here. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do. This is why I should not be allowed to touch anything. But yeah, so what I'm thinking I could probably do is if we do need more of those, maybe set it up to where it's, I guess the best way to put it, maybe set it up to where it's underground so that it's the, cables just aren't visible and just showing up. Thankfully, this only took a couple out, so we do have, I had enough to refill it. Let's see here. So yeah, I think we'll do our automated crafting for applied energistics right here, because we definitely need to kind of get into this aspect, because I feel like this would be really beneficial to have, because then we can use this rather than having to go back and use our refined storage every single time. And this would clean up a little bit of our crafting capability. So let's take a look here. Storage is nice and all, but what is good if but what good is a storage system if it's clogged up with raw materials needing to be crafted and processed into something, and you're still stuck with having to do so manually? AE2's auto-crafting system begins with the ME pattern provider. The pattern provider holds certain items called patterns, covered in the next quest, which are programmed to hold some recipe that turns input items into a certain output. Up to 9 patterns can fit in one provider. You'll often be making use of multiple pattern providers scattered all throughout your base, which is why it's useful to have a pattern access terminal to remotely access the contents of any and all providers to your wider ME network. So I want to get more involved here in AE2, and I feel like it's going to be a benefit to do so kind of early on. I say that as we're pretty much in game at this point. I mean, we've basically done everything that we need to do to beat the game. But let's go ahead and start taking a look at what we need for our pattern provider. So to create a pattern provider, we need 4 iron ingots, 2 formation cores, and 2 crafting tables. Surprisingly, we just only have 1 crafting table, which means now we'll come back in here, do this, and then we'll plop a pattern. So let's take a look at the actual, okay, so that's cool. We'll get rid of that. And then now for this, we do need another pattern. So we do actually need to just plop that right there. Then we'll go back in. It's funny that I'm still using refined storage for this, but don't judge me. We'll do that. It's funny that they're mixing planks right there. And we do need another one of these, which means we need another logic processor, which we do not have our inscriber working that right now, but we can go just do that real quick. And then, of course, we need some Fluix dust, which we do have the capability of making as much of those as we want. So let's go home. We'll go to our system over here in refined storage, and we will begin our process of building up our, what's it called? So let's do this right here. We'll grab these out, do this right here and this right here. And I do love the fact that that's not going to let me do that, so I just got to throw it in here. Okay, cool. So now I do love the fact that I can just do that and be fine. Anyway, so let's make our second pattern provider. We'll come in here, and now what we need is a illuminated panel, which we can make. Beautiful. And now we have our pattern access terminal. So let's go back. We got to figure out a good solution for the energy. Well, pretty much, because I don't know exactly where the energy or where this would need to be. So I'm just going to plop it right there. And then I guess, I don't actually know if that's actually where it's supposed to go. Let's just break that. So yeah, let's go take a look here and see what the next steps are. So grab those. So crystal growth accelerator. So naturally, AE2 provides its own way to dramatically speed up crystal growth. Place these around your budding crystals, give them some power, and watch your crystals grow. I'll do that in a little bit. Crafting storage. Before you can carry out an auto crafting job, you need a device to actually store the request itself along with any interim items for multiple step crafts. This device is known as a crafting CPU. A crafting CPU is a multi-block structure requiring at least 1 crafting storage block, optionally along with any other crafting unit. The multi-block can be made in any size, but must be solid cuboid, cuboid in order to form and function accordingly. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we can make a variety of different sizes for this. So I think what we'll do here is we'll start with the 16K. It requires a 16K. We're actually going to do this and get rid of the 256K just because I don't want to overburden everything. And then, of course, we need the crafting unit. So let's go ahead and go back out here, see what we need to make for this. So for the 16K, we do need some calculation processors and some 4Ks. So we'll grab, wait, actually, I already had that right there. Let's grab some 4Ks. Actually, let's just get rid of all this stuff. Let's just, I didn't mean to do that. Dang-nabbit. We'll do this, this, and then we'll do these, like I said, the 16K. Let's do this, this, and then we're good on that. So go back here, and then now we just need to make some 1Ks, which means we need to make logic processors, which is the printed logic circuits, some silicon, and then redstone. I'm going to make a bunch of them because I want to make sure that we have enough material to make enough of these. So for the 1K, we need that. For the 2K, we need the calculation press, which is the more silicon imprinted calculation circuit. So we'll just do printed and then grab a stack of 64 of those, grab a stack of 64 of those, and then we'll do redstone, grab a stack of 64 of those. Okay. So that takes calculation processors, and this takes calculation processors. With glowstone dust, this takes redstone. So let's go home, and we'll go ahead and inscribe these multiple printed devices, which is fine. So we'll take this out, and we'll what we'll do here is we'll plop you down right there, plop you down right there, plop you down right there, and let those kind of do its thing. And then once it gets about halfway, that's when I'll add this other redstone in so that it doesn't start auto-filling the Certus crystals in. So then once we get about halfway, we'll plop those in there. Beautiful. So yeah. So we'll do this particularly because I really want to try to get as much AE2 stuff done as I can while I'm still waiting on everything else to kind of finish being built. I'm not too worried about it. We have a lot of storage space in here remaining. This crafting has worked phenomenally with refined storage, and I'm very pleased with actually getting all that set up. So I think really it's just a trial and error type thing. Having two separate storage compartments, I feel like it's going to be nice, but it's definitely going to be a struggle to kind of kick off. So we'll make 3 of these for 1, 3 of these for 2, and 3 of these for 3. We'll make 1, 2. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to need more than that because I need... Yeah. Wait, no, I just need this one right here. So that's fine. Cool. Okay. So now we'll just go ahead and make the crafting unit, which requires some Fluix ME glass cables, which we do have the capability to make. We can actually make a couple of these. So now we can go back in here. We can make this bad boy, and then we can turn this into the 16K crafting storage compartment. So it does say it's a multi-block. I'm a little concerned about that. I don't know where I want to put this. I definitely want to try this. You know what I didn't do? I got to do this real quick before I actually do anything because I want to make sure those are still being built. Let's do, that's going to be a calculation. So let's grab one of these. And now we'll come back over here and we will... So basically all it's doing right now is taking the Certus quartz crystal and it's breaking it down into dust, which we do not want. We want it to form down and be pushed into that. But yeah. Okay, so let's take a look and see if this actually does. Okay, so it's just a singular block. Okay, cool. So you were a liar. I'm sorry, that was mean. So what we'll do here is we'll plop this right there. So this is the crafting status now. So let's take a look here at the next step. Patterns are what hold an encoded recipe to be filled by a pattern provider. To encode a recipe onto a pattern, the ME pattern encoding terminal must be used. Patterns can be set to hold either a regular crafting recipe, which will require the use of a molecular assembler on the face of its provider, or a more general processing recipe wherein any input items can be sent out by the provider into some other machine block or specialized processing plant. We do have the ME level emitter. When configured with a specific item and quantity of it to respond to, will emit a redstone signal depending on whether that item stored in the network either falls below, goes above, or equals the given quantity. This can be used, for example, to automatically switch certain machines on with redstone to autocraft a resource when it falls below a given minimum amount. That's cool. So obviously we can do more. The crafting co-processing unit helps speed up crafting jobs by allowing pattern providers to either send items out to their connected devices faster or to work concurrently to make multiple required ingredients. The base AE2 coprocessor provides the coprocessor thread to assist this, while the coprocessing unit from the mega cells provides 4 threads in a single such block. So let's start with making a couple more items real quick. So we're going to make, I'm going to make another, where are you at? Inscriber, because the inscriber I can then turn into the advanced inscriber. So let's go ahead and do that real quick, just so that we at least have one here for the capabilities. Requires 2 sticky pistons. Beautiful. And then it's done. So now we'll do this, and we just require 2 hoppers, which is not difficult to make. So we'll make 2 of these real quick. And now we have our advanced inscriber. So obviously I'm gonna have a lot of this stuff kind of laying around, because I want to make sure that we have as much stuff going through the crafting process as possible. But now let's take a look here at what we got to do. So let's create an encoding terminal and also a blank pattern, just so that we can get through this quest. So to make this, we need an engineering processor, which we have, and an ME crafting terminal, which we don't have. We need another couple of these. And then, of course, we need a one of these. We need, funny enough, just a crafting table. And then now we can make this, and then we can make this. Boom. And then now we have the blank pattern. The blank pattern just requires quartz glass. Quartz glass is pretty easy to make. So we're going to go back over here, do glass. We're going to, where's our glass? Do this. Make a bunch of those, and then allow it to smelt those up. And then now we'll come back in here, do this, and then we'll click this, we'll grab a couple of those, and then now we have 2 blank patterns. Beautiful. So yeah, this gives us some more blank patterns, some more Certus quartz dust. Thank you for that. Cool. Now let's take a look at the molecular assembler. The molecular assembler is AE2's equivalent of an automatic crafting table, required to fulfill any and all crafting pattern jobs. Molecular assemblers are capable of transferring power and channels to other ME devices connected to it, but will not themselves take up a channel. Up to 6 MAs can be connected to a single pattern provider, if employed, to allow more crafts to be done in parallel. MAs also each have their own dedicated slot for a single crafting pattern, allowing them to function standalone when powered. When operated in this way, any matching items inserted into the MA will be automatically crafted into the result of the pattern. Let's go ahead and take a look here to see what we need for one of these bad boys, which is surprisingly not that difficult to make, but okay. Cool. Of course, need another crafting table because this is all about crafting. And then now we have our molecular assembler. We did already make the acceleration card, so I'm not too worried about that. So I need to figure out the best place to put this. I'm curious if this is just something that will go like kind of around the items. I don't actually remember what it said. Are capable of transferring power and channels to other enemies. So let me let me throw this right here. So this right here is basically the, okay, so this is basically just the crafting table. So let's grab this bad boy, plop you down in here, and then what we'll do from there is plop it right there. I don't know if it's getting power or not, so I guess there's only one way to really find out. So we'll grab one of you, grab one of you, and grab one of you. So now, come in here, or where do we make the patterns? I don't, hold on. Patterns can be set to hold either a regular, okay, so patterns are what hold an encoded recipe to be fulfilled by a pattern provider. To encode a recipe onto the pattern, the ME pattern encoding terminal must be used. ME pattern encoding and terminal, so which is this. Okay, so let's plot that right there, and then we will processing patterns. So that's going to be this, this, oh no, this, and this, and that's going to turn it into a one of these. I'll just do that right there. Oops, one of these, and creates the pattern. Then now we'll throw the pattern in here. We won't throw the pattern in here. I was a liar. Throw the pattern in here. Okay, so now I don't actually know. I assume what I'll do here is I'll take the pattern access terminal. I'm going to plop this. I'm just going to plop that right there. It's not actually showing any of the patterns, so maybe it's because these aren't connected properly. I don't know how this all works. I'm still trying to figure this out. Let's see if we need to grab some Fluix cables. Huh. I'm curious. Maybe I have to put this on a cable connected to the network. Ah, yes. Very nice. Okay. Cool. Does this actually matter then? If this is... Oh, it does. Cool. So then I'll click next. And then you see right here, it's saying it's missing those. So if I come back into my storage, do this right here, craft, next, and start, this does not do anything. That poses a little bit of a problem. So you can see the crafting status is right here. So now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to come over here, take this off, grab it. And then what we're going to do here is I'm going to actually plop a cable right here, and then I'm going to plop this right on top of that. And then that will basically show what patterns are currently being, processed. Of course, it's not working just yet. I still have to kind of figure out the solution for this and why this. What do I got to do for this? So let's take a look here. Let's see. Okay, come back in here, and then often be making use of multiple patterns. You configure with a specific item. Okay. We set to hold regular crafting, molecular assemblers on the face, processing recipe, wherein any input items can be sent. Okay. So I guess what I do then is when I come over here, where did I put my patterns? Oh, there they are. That was confusing. Okay. So now if I come over here, and then I can just plop my patterns in there and they'll stay. And if I say I want to make, no. I'm assuming the processing one is the proper one to use for that. So what I do here then is I can plop this down right. Okay, well, I guess not. I'm just going to test this theory. Plop that in there. Why is this not? Okay. I mean, it's letting me pull them out. Interesting. So we come back in here, click craft next. So you can see all the stuff is currently in our, it's somewhere around here. It's in here. No, where's, wait. Let's cancel that. Okay. Cancel that. Come back in here and I click craft and click next. So we'll do crafting CPU 1, click start. Now I don't know how this is supposed to work. I assume maybe I have to connect these two to it, maybe? Let's cancel that. Let's actually read this again because I'm still lost. So make your AE2's equivalent of automatic crafting table required to fulfill any and all crafting pattern jobs. Molecular assemblers are capable of transferring power and channels to other ME devices connected to it, but would not themselves take up a channel. Up to 6 MAs can be connected to a single pattern provider if employed. MAs also have each of their own dedicated slot for a single crafting recipe. So basically, if I throw this right there, and then throw this right there, and then come back in here and push craft on this, will that actually work? It's not sending the things through. So you can see it's pulled the crafting stuff out. It's not sending it through here to here, but I'm curious as to what I got to do to get that to work. See, I'm assuming I'm just an idiot. I'm assuming I'm just an idiot, and I feel like I'll probably figure it out eventually. Maybe. I don't know what I got to do to figure this out. You can see I do have the 3 ingredients to make that. If I click craft next, it shows the 3 ingredients that I have, and it shows what it's crafting. So I can do automatic, storage NA, coprocessor NA. Storage is 16,384. So if I click start, it's still not sent it over here. Okay, so this is definitely going to be something that I do need to do a little bit more research on, because you can see, I mean, it's showing that it's working. So what do I have to connect it to? Let's see. Autocrafting system begins with the ME pattern provider. The pattern provider holds certain items called patterns covered in the next quest, which are programmed to hold some recipe that turns input items into a certain output. Up to 9 patterns can fit in one provider. You'll often be making use of multiple pattern providers scattered all throughout your base, which is why it's useful to have a pattern access terminal to remotely access the contents of any and all providers on your wider ME network. So that really doesn't tell me anything. So what I'm going to do here actually is I'm going to break these apart, grab them out of here, and then what I'll do is I'll plop a cable down right there, and then I will actually put that one right there. So I have the pattern terminal, I have the access control, and I have this. And what I'm going to do now is this right here. I'm going to start with this bad boy right here. I'm going to plop my 2 patterns in there just to kind of test. Plop the 16K storage device next to it, which is showing device offline. And then plop this right here next to it. So you can see these are basically not connecting, not giving power. So what I can do here is this. That should give it power. Everything should now have power. And then I will actually, I'm going to break it from this. And then now I'm going to grab these four. I'm going to plop this right there, plop that right there. And then I'm going to throw this right there. Just to see, I don't think this is going to work, but you never know. Start. So it's not showing that it's working. So definitely something that I'm doing wrong here. Obviously, I know I'm doing something wrong. So let's cancel that one. We're going to take both of these patterns, empty them. Thankfully, it's just like it is in the other one. We're going to come back to our I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. Back in here, plop those down. We'll do calculation. Calculation. We'll click on this right here. Add those in there. Now we're going to do processing pattern. Grab that, and then we're going to throw this in here again. Now we'll come back in here, click craft next. So you can see we're missing those items. So where are those items? Where did those items go? I didn't take them. My 3 items disappeared. That poses a slight problem. Interesting. Huh. Okay. So I don't know what I did and don't know why this decided to just do that. So let's break all these just to see if they're maybe they might no they weren't in there. Look, I'm not saying that anything's impossible. I'm just saying that's very strange that maybe I did put them back in my refined storage one. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to check that, play that back because I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to do some research on this because this is absolutely a it's gonna be a struggle, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this. I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, it's this one. Pop that down. Oh wait, this is just the condenser. I don't really need this. So I'm gonna do some research on this, and we will figure out what we are missing, what I'm doing wrong, what I need to do to make this work, because your boy's confused. So we're gonna interesting. We're going to take a look here and see what I'm missing and kind of go from there. But I think we're on the right track. I think this will be beneficial. This will help us with our overall processing capabilities for the inevitable large storage that we need for the future of everything. So I will continue working this and see what I am doing wrong, what I need to do. You can see that does work. If I click craft, this is obviously not going to work because I don't have that. But yeah, so I'm going to take a look, do some research, and figure this out, and I'll get back to you in the next video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, leave a comment down below. Let me know what I can do better to make these videos more enjoyable for you. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's a free way to support the channel, and it definitely shows that you love me. Please love me. Join our Discord if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.